A woman went viral after revealing that she turned down a man's coffee date invitation and decided to treat herself to lunch instead. She made it very clear that coffee will never be an option for her when it comes to dating.
A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee. Biggie had two baddies fighting over him and eating his groceries. And for some reason, men seem to think that I can't find a man that's willing to take me for coffee. And I notice anytime that I post anything about dating, especially on this app, the number one comment that I get is because I'm fat and ugly, that I should be willing to settle for whatever a man is willing to offer me, right? And I always find that interesting because it almost feels like they have this assumption that any man who's trying to date me has never seen me before. And what I noticed from that comment section is a lot of people like coffee dates or ice cream dates or whatever the case may be because it's low effort, low commitment, low risk, and for the men, it's cost effective, right? And a lot of people were trying to compare it to a job interview, right? And I think the part that they are skipping with the job interview is after you submit your resume in the application, if you are deemed worthy, what happens? You get the phone interview. After the phone interview, if the employer deems you worthy enough, then they will invest the resources to fly you out for an in-person job interview. And I feel like a lot of y'all are skipping that step. I feel like a lot of y'all will meet somebody on a dating app on a Wednesday, and by Thursday you are trying to go get coffee, which is why y'all want the low risk, low commitment, cost effective dates, because y'all are not taking the time to have the phone interview. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, my first time having a meaningful conversation with somebody is not going to be the first date.
For her, a coffee date feels like the bare minimum, and she believes that if a man is serious, he should be putting in real effort to create an intentional experience. Now, let me explain why this caught so much attention. Coffee dates have been praised by many as the safest, most casual way to meet someone new. They're short, simple, and don't lock you into a long, drawn-out evening if the vibe isn't right. But from her perspective, coffee doesn't set the tone for romance. It feels like something you do with a coworker or a casual acquaintance, not with someone trying to date you. By choosing to take herself out to lunch instead, she made a strong statement. She's saying that if someone else won't set the standard, she will. And honestly, there's power in that. She values herself enough not to settle for what she considers a low-effort gesture. This situation brings up an important question. Is a coffee date truly a smart, no-pressure introduction? Or is it simply the easiest way for someone to get around putting in effort? Some people might see coffee as a thoughtful first step, but she clearly doesn't. For her, if you want her time, it has to come with more intentionality than a cup of coffee. So the bigger picture here isn't really about coffee at all. It's about standards. What you accept in the beginning sets the tone for how you'll be treated moving forward.